Upwitty Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. and anime and manga contributor to Bounding into Comics. And today's deep dive is going to be for the second part of the Upper 100 Miracle Talk with the legendary mangaka Gosha Aoyama and Ichiro Oda. So before I get into a brief recap and deep dive into part 2, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and I am just praying to the gods that next month me and Kitty are not going to be homeless and sleeping on the street. Unfortunately, that is the state of my life at the moment. Right, Kitty? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be live reactions or news and analysis like this video, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to part 1 and the link to this transcript as well. So, I'm telling you, if you did not watch part 1, I really recommend you do, because part 1 had some really interesting information that we discussed, including the history and origins of both Detective Conan and One Piece. Also, both mangaka's thoughts on the anime, each other's anime, and even Oda gave some insight on the origins of Gear 5, which I thought was the most interesting part of the discussion. But now, we're getting into part 2. So without further ado, let's get to it. So first part of part 2 is going to discuss the changes during serialization. So Detective Conan has been in serialization since 1994. I thought this manga was as old as I was. I thought it was 1989. So this manga as old as my brother is. Okay. And One Piece since 1997. Since those days to today, what has changed? Damn, I thought Detective Conan was as old as I was. Damn, and I feel stupid because I said in my other part 1 that Detective Conan was as old as I was. I guess I just got it mixed up with Hajime no Ippo. Oh well. Here's what Aoyama said. Back when I was serializing Yaiba, I was addressed as Aoyama-san, but the moment I started serializing Detective Conan, everybody addressed me as Aoyama-sensei. My editor kept addressing me with the san, but for people from TV stations or magazines, I started being Aoyama-sensei. Here's what Oda says. I'm always addressed as Oda-san. When I have to deal with younger editors, they all usually use honorifics, and so do I, since it's a hierarchical relationship between us, and I cannot complain in such situations. Still, I don't like it because I'm not a sensei. I'm Oda-san. Hold on a second. This is gonna really bug me. All right. What has changed the most from then until now when it comes to the serialization itself? Okay, I just had to freaking make a little bit of amendment to my descriptions box for part 1 because I want to make sure that everything is correct. All right, so let's get back to this. My weight has indeed changed. When it comes to mangaka, there are those who lose weight and those who gain it. From the moment I started the series, I started to get fat. It was common for me not to eat for 2 to 3 days, and I didn't even have time to eat because I felt sleepy while at it. That's why I usually don't eat as much as other people, because otherwise I can eat a lot. Yeah, it happens. Your body starts to feel weak and threatened, so it absorbs anything you ingest. Yep. Still, I don't eat. I gain weight, and I just lose it everything. I really don't enjoy talking about this. Yeah, Oda, that ain't healthy. You shouldn't be doing that shit. Aoyama used to be quite fat too. Due to it, I got pretty sick, and the doctor told me I had to lose weight, which I did, but I think I'm slowly gaining it again. Oh, poor Aoyama. Now, talking seriously, it's like you unconsciously and unwillingly gain some sort of mysterious power. Anything you say and can become some kind of big deal. is people really doing this because I said that and stuff like that? Yeah, I was honestly thinking the same. I can't really say many bad things. Let's get back to Oda. This is the back and forth. And here we go. Oda here. I've started to feel the responsibility of being careful with whatever I say because my name has grown a lot. Even if myself hasn't changed. Let's see. It feels like my surroundings and people around me constantly are. Many times my editors are already fans of the series and tell me I have been reading your work for a really long time, which makes it hard for me to be harsher and I become way kinder. We also, Ayama is saying, we also have many assistants or animation staff who are longtime fans of our work. But in the end, it's all people who do a really good job because they really love the series. You know, that could go either way. I mean, you could be fans of the series, but, you know, still, you know, not want to offend the mangaka and, you know, not want to be a complete asshole. But there's also the fans that are long-term, it could be a benefit because you're a long time fan of the series, that if you notice like the character isn't behaving like you know how the character is supposed to, you can point that out. Or if the storyline is wrong because the mangaka forgot something from like a long ass time ago, you can point it out. So yeah, it could be good or bad. But in the end, it's all people who do a really good job because they really love the series. If you were allowed to leave your current position and draw anything you wanted, what would it be? Ooh, okay. So here's what Ayama said. I want to draw a journey to the west. As a battle story, I've always loved Goku. He's the strongest character ever, isn't he? That's what Ayama wants to do. Oda said, it'd be great if I were to answer a mystery series here, but I could never pull off such a series. I don't have a brain for that. Well, that's what Amano. You would think the same thing with like something like Amano with who did Hitman Reborn, or Negi, who is the mangaka of Gotoba no Hanayome. But if you are not reading Ranger Reject or Rankumo Deranged Detective, oh, you should be. They are fucking amazing. You are so basically, Oda, you underestimating yourself here. You would not know unless you try. I've already drawn everything I wanted to draw. I did want to draw robots in the future, but I decided and have already done that in the series. Everything I've ever wanted to draw is already packed into One Piece, so if I was asked to draw one more time, I would draw One Piece again. That's awesome. I like this answer, Oda. That's really great. And this is what Ayama said. If I was asked to draw another Detective Conan, I don't know. I do have lots of things I'd like to draw in the series too, so I might do that. Well, Ayama already said that he wants to break the record for longest serialization series. So I think anything Ayama wants to do, for the most part, I think is going to be in Detective Conan. But let's get to love, comedy, friendship, and character's charm. What do you think? What do you two think is your manga's power? We're starting off with Oda here. I think the most important feature of manga is for it to be a tool to make friends. I know it's a pretty, I was like, wait, I know it's a pretty common topic, but in fact, I did make many friends when I was a child through it. Here's what Ayama said. I hope Detective Conan helps people with their love relationships. Oh no, you were wondering why there's so an increase in female readership of Detective Conan? There you go. Family readers can fall in love like the characters from the series, but well, those mostly end up as guys. Well, that explains a lot. It's all, and here's what Oda said. Finishes this part off. It's all a dream world, so I always strive to draw beautiful scenes. I know art is extremely subjective, so people will say that, because a lot of people say Oda's art is like pretty hideous. I don't think so. I love Oda's art, personally. I do. But again, art is very subjective, and people are, we're talking about people that settle for really shitty anime art that hate Oda's art, so what do they know? Speaking of love comedies, Ayama Sensei previously said that rom-coms, adventure, and friendship are the three elements of shonen manga hits. Wait a minute. Hold on, let's think about this. I'm going to read read this whole thing, and then I'll give you my answer on this. Speaking of love comedies, Yama Sensei previously said that rom-coms, adventure, and friendship are the 3 elements of shonen manga hits. And it's clear Yama Sensei is good at love comedy and adventure, and Oda Sensei is good at adventure and friendship. Is this true? In regards to shonen. I have to think about this for a second. Because adventure and friendship, yeah, we've seen it time and time again in hit series like Kimetsu no Yaiba. We've seen it in I don't know about the romantic part, but like in terms of like comedy, adventure, and friendship, I could tell you a bunch. I've seen it in Jujutsu Kaisen. We see it in hit series like Kimetsu no Yaiba. We see it in The Elusive Samurai. We see it in, well, we've seen a little bit of rom-com in The Elusive Samurai, actually, now that I think about it. Fire Force, all of those elements are there. Let's be fucking real. Rom-com, adventure, and friendship is definitely in Fire Force. Let's see. Another shonen off the top of my head. The Promised Neverland, you can make the argument that it's there as well. Off the top of my head. What do you think, Keith? What do you think, Keith? What do you think? What do you think? And you know what? You can make the argument for sports series that those are included as well. Because you do have adventure in terms of sports series. You do have friendship, obviously. Rom-com depends. Depends on the series you're talking about. But let's keep going here. I don't want to overthink this. Something I want you guys to think about, though. Put it in the comments. Love, starting off with the Yama, though. Love comedies. You haven't drawn anything like that, right, Oda-kun? One Piece has had rom-coms going on up in there. I have... Hey, what are you talking about? You had some rom-com stuff up in there. I haven't. There's a tradition in Jump that states love comedies are love... Woo! This is an interesting point. Love comedies are love comedies. Battles are battles. They're two separated genres and totally different works. Wait a minute. I don't know about... Wait a minute. Jump, I don't know about that. I know Fire Force is Kodansha, so gotta throw that out of the equation. No, Kimetsu no Yaiba's had some rom-com stuff up in there. What you talking about? Oda, you kind of wrong on this in some regards, because Kimetsu no Yaiba's had it. I think wait, did Jujutsu Kaisen have it? No. Naruto's had it. What are you talking about? Naruto's had it. Bleach has had it. Dragon Ball obviously has had it. What's the other one? Yeah, I said Bleach. Naruto has had it, obviously. Well, Boruto's in V-Jump, so that's different now. Because I'm focusing on Weekly Shonen Jump right now. Shit. I'll switch train of thought for a second. Because we're talking about sports, technically. Would you say Haikyuu has had it? It's been a little bit of that in Haikyuu. Oh, Promised Neverland. Promised Neverland has kind of had it. So what you talking about? Oh, well, I guess love comedy developments while battling are not for Jump. That is there. That is full of... Oda, you are wrong. There is love comedy happening during battles, or during battle series. That's a little bullshit. Oda, you are full of shit, or you're not reading these series. I haven't read many of those either, but Detective Conan integrates those elements properly. I think he... Did you not read Dragon Ball? It's in there. It was an early Dragon Ball, yes. But it was there. Oh, shit, it's still in Dragon Ball. Especially with Vegeta and Bulma, it is still there. And not so much with Goku and Chi-Chi no more, but still there. yeah, I got Krillin in 18 too. But it is there. You cannot deny that. Let's see. But Detective Conan integrates those elements properly. I think you really, you make a really good use of those settings. Well, I do love comedies. I do enjoy love comedies, but I guess you're not really interested in them, Oda-kun. I'm not confident I could draw those. It's a bit embarrassing. Wait a minute! Well, would you consider the shit with Sanji chasing women around part of a love comedy kind of thing? I kind of consider it. It is kind of funny, and Sanji is technically in love. Well, he's more thirsty than in love, but you know what I mean. On the other hand, friendship is a tough theme for me. It's not this is what Yama said. It's not impossible for me to draw, but I don't think I don't really come up with stuff I think, oh, this is cool. I think the only characters I can picture that topic on are the police academy members. Let's see what it says. Detective Conan actually has a lot of romantic relationships, right? It's full of bi-directional feelings, but I also know that if I draw romance, some of my fans leave. No, they won't. What is wrong with you? I think fans are shipping all the time. I think it's fine when they're one-sided feelings. See, he admitted that's one-sided feelings. That is still romantic comedy. What the fuck? Oda, you were full of shit. Rom-com can be one-sided romantic feelings. It doesn't have to be two-sided. So Oda, you are full of shit. I hope someone calls you out on this. Besides me, I also know that if I draw romance, some of my fans leave. I think it's fine when they're one-sided feelings, but if it goes both ways, both characters lose fans. Do they? Well, there's certain ones. I think I know what he's referring to. I think he's referring to. I wonder if he's referring to what happened with the Naruto fiasco or the Bleach fiasco. And yeah, I won't leave. Seriously? On the contrary, I think it's exciting. Most of my characters have couples. It's quite rare to find one without a partner. Yes! Woo! Ayama confirming ships right now. Ayama confirming ships. People seem so supportive of couples. Exactly! We like ships. That's something I didn't really read when I was a kid. During the old days of Jump, there were mangaka that wouldn't even draw women. That's why I'm one of those that sent submissions with female characters. I did want to draw strong women, and I think characters like Nami were quite rare back in those days. Yes! See, here's the thing, though, Oda. You have they're extreme feminists in Japan as well. Those fuckers are gonna come after Nami. I'm surprised they haven't come after Nami and Robin yet, saying that they're too sexy. They can't be. You have to cover them up. You're gonna have to cover Yamato up too. I'm waiting for that shit because they have been kind of. I don't know if they're if Yamato's as covered up in the anime in Japan as I've noticed her here, but I'm telling you, Oda, watch out. They're going to censor her. They will censor them. Nami's popularity was reflected all over the world in the popularity poll commemorating One Piece reaching chapter 1000. Yeah, we did a worldwide popularity poll. When it comes to two main female characters, Nami proved to be overwhelmingly popular in Japan, while dope women like Nico Robin seem to be more popular in the rest of the world. Yeah! Feelings and tastes are entirely different from one country to another. That's very interesting, actually. I guess Japan likes gingers more. Let's see. Here's what Ayama says here. I know Detective Conan is... Ooh, interesting. I know Detective Conan is pretty popular in China, but I don't think that makes much of a difference. I think it's because One Piece is banned in China, right? Still, Ahabara is pretty popular, especially overseas. Yeah, Ai is awesome. How can you hate Ai? Ahabara got first place in the major female character popularity vote that Detective Conan held to commemorate the screening of The Bride of Halloween, getting an illustration drawn by Ayama-sensei. Still, it's amazing to look at the number of characters that appear in both works' popularity polls. And the number keeps increasing. Even in Detective Conan, there are characters such as Chihaya Hagiwara who have only recently appeared. I like Chihaya too. Ayama-san, how do you execute your characters' appearances? I love you, Ayama, for this. By pure intuition. If I think I need to draw some sort of new character or that's missing in the series, I just draw it. I love you so much for that, Ayama. How do you decide the name? Oh! Now this is going to be interesting. How do you decide the name of your characters, Oda-kun? Oh, I take them from various places. Oda, you have some of the most fucked up names for characters, so this is going to be fun. There was a pretty funny one. Sanji, Nichi, Ichiji, for real? I've been thinking of drawing Sanji's childhood for some time already, and also had thought of setting up him having one brother, but my daughter was really into Osamatsu-san back when I was serializing that part of the story. I want my daughter to like my work, so I tried to compete with the sextuplets by making quadruplets. So that explains a lot. How are readers' impressions dealt with? Okay, now this is very important. Because because something that I like to compare to a lot, and I talk with people a lot about this, is the difference between how people interact with comic book artists, Western comic book artists, and people interact with mangaka. I interact with mangaka all the time, but this is going to be very interesting. I'm sure you both receive lots of fan letters from readers every week, but what kind of feedback are you most pleased to receive? And here's what Oda says here. I appreciate any kind of feedback, but I'm especially happy with people who write what they liked about that week's chapter, specifically. So that's what you paid attention to. Yeah, I think I kind of understand what Oda is saying. Oda likes, mangaka like when you notice like little details in the chapter and what they are referring to, if it's like from way back earlier in the arc or something like that, or way from like the early days of the manga. I think mangaka like that in particular. They like little references like that. And Ayama says here, when I read those comments, I go back to the manga and read those parts, and I start to grin and read it over and over while thinking, "Oh yeah, that was good." Ayama forgets some of this shit. Have you thought of sending your own fan letters, or have you ever sent one already? Oh, Ayama says this. Not at all. I think it actually takes a lot of work, but it sounds amazing. Thank you. Oda sends his fans in response to his fans too. That's so sweet. Thank you for that. Ayama, at least if you have a Twitter account, Ayama, you should respond to your tweets. You should. Every time One Piece and Detective Conan publish a new chapter, fans are really excited to talk about them. Do you two read your readers' discussions? Woo! Okay, now this is very interesting. Because for those of you that follow me on Twitter especially, you guys see when the mangaka tweet out my videos, and I think one of the best things I think I've ever seen, one of my favorite things I'll never forget, is when Akamatsu retweeted one of my UQ Holder live reaction videos. I think I cried when I saw that. He quote tweeted it and liked it. I think I cried when that happened. I wanted to talk about this with Ayama-san too. It seems that there are a lot of discussion groups recently, right? Yes, on the internet, like with YouTubers. Many people in my series discussion groups try to predict future developments of the series. Some of them get stuff right, which is why I try not to read many of them. Do they get stuff right too in a detective series like Detective Conan? They do get stuff. They're sometimes pretty quick figuring out things. In the end, it's just one person against millions of people. If they united their knowledge, cases could be solved in less than a day. Against millions of people, that's truly impossible. Detective lovers like to guess and think a lot. Most readers guessed Renya Karasuma was the boss of the Black Organization. What do you think in a situation like that? Is it troublesome? Nah, rather I just say people guessed it, so I'll reveal it, and I just reveal it. There are still more secrets beyond that, actually. Oh god. That's the thing. Ayama, I'm glad you own up to your shit. Exactly, Kitty. I'm glad you own up to it, but the other thing is that I like that Ayama is saying there's still more secrets. I like that. I do. Sometimes it gets very frustrating, but I like that's the thing that's going on with Detective Conan that I really like is that we're just not like blatantly going into like the black organization, but there's still more secrets about the black organization. I know that it's just kind of it's still just funny that up until like a few years ago that it was basically from 1994 until recently it was like the prologue. That's just so funny. It's just like a huge troll, and I love it. Where are we? What do you do in a situation like that? Is it troublesome? No, no, I fucked this up. Where am I? Do you read your readers' predictions and overturn them out of con? Well, oh no, this is gonna be good. There are some things I can change and things I cannot. When reveals are too big, my readers can guess them since I have foreshadowed them all. Ha! Due to this, I try to come up with the most interesting developments and always go beyond readers' imaginations. I like that Otis does this. When I started the serialization, my only way to connect with fans was through fan letters. I never thought the world would become the way it is now, with everyone talking about everything on the internet. If I had known times like this would come, I would have never given hints throughout in the series. Here we go. I see. However, I'm sometimes asked if many outside the box theories are true or not, and I kind of feel bad for those who come up with them. And when I inadvertently give some answer, I probably have destroyed lots of ideas everyone was thinking about without knowing what would happen in the future with just a single word. I feel bad about it, so I recently came up with the best answer. Yes, yes, that's right. I think it's an answer that can be taken either way. Oh, you asshole! That's indeed one way to sell it. Foreshadowing moments that are recovered after many years is a common trait of both of your works. Mm-hmm. Otis started this first. When I read Detective Conan, I was surprised at how tight and solid all settings were. Yep. My approach is a little bit different since there's some obvious foreshadowing, but at the same time, I have created a lot of voids in the series. Let's see. This method of leaving various blanks lets me think like this point could be connected to this other one this way or that way. Aside from the exaggerated foreshadowing that happens every few decades, you can also take your time to pick up plot points that have been left pending. If you create reasonings and threads for everything like in Detective Conan, it will be harder to execute later on. Here we go. Back when I was working on Yaiba, I used to draw in the same way you describe. People would be really surprised when later on in the series I connected parts I left open in the story. Hold on a second. Let's see. Okay, I gotta read this again because Kitty threw me off. Back when I was working on Yaiba, I used to draw in the same way you describe. People would be really surprised when later on the series I connected parts I left open in the story. Yeah, but you work differently now, Yama-san. Now I work with everything firmly in place. Detective Conan is a big mystery as a whole. Hey, Yama-san, when did you start telling your editors about the identity of the Black Organization boss? Well, whoa! Well, I'm currently with my 13th editor, but I've been telling them about that since I had my 8th editor. Okay, so now they're going to get into the secret about secret to reaching 100 volumes. Okay. When drawing your series, how are you able to change your mood if you get stuck? Oda-sensei answered previously like this. I don't change my mind. I want to keep drawing, so I put myself under a lot of pressure by calling my staff and telling them to wait for me. Let me accept this. Isn't that an interview from a long time ago? Nowadays, I need to take way more breaks, and I have become quite health conscious. How do you clear up your mind, Ayama-san? I play video games and watch movies, but playing is playing and work is work. I can't do anything if I don't separate those two. I've never been able to do two things at the same time. What games do you play? Contact Collection and Animal Crossing. Easy and simple games. Don't you do any physical exercise? Nowadays I don't, but I used to play baseball. Let's see what Otis says. Okay. Before Corona-sama, I used to gather some friends to play soccer together, but with time I've realized it's a little too tough of a sport for my body. I also used to be in the soccer club, but I'm so out of shape now. I have completely abandoned that career. And Yama says this. I was in the kendo club, but I don't move my body as much now. I only go out to buy lunch. Poor Oda. Poor Ayama. Oda says, we're a bit unhealthy, aren't we? I also go out to walk and play Pokemon Go. Yes! Maybe I should start walking too. Pokemon Go is getting people healthy one Pokemon at a time. With serializations this long, how do you figure out when to take breaks? All right, here's what Ayama says here. Right now, Conan runs in 3-chapter bursts and then takes a break while a spinoff takes its place for a fairly comfortable pace. So I can take about a month to draw the storyboards for a single case. I think that's good. I'm down with that, Ayama. Here's what Oda says in response to that. That only works because of the kind of serious Detective Conan is, right? More people are more accepting in regards to Conan going on break because the case ends beforehand. One Piece, on the other hand, is constantly progressing, is a constantly progressing story, so I can't have long breaks in the same vein as Conan. Nowadays, I'm starting to get more breaks from Jump, so I can relax a bit more, though ultimately one still has to work even when the series is on break, huh? Right? I don't rest at all. If I'm not drawing the manga, then I'm doing work for the movies. Damn it, Yama, you really working. There's no rest for the weary, is there? Do the two of you have any secrets regarding continuing a serialization for more than 100 volumes without taking that many breaks? I kind of want to ask Morikawa that question. He's been serializing longer than both of them. Nope, people ask me about it often, but I honestly don't have any secrets to reveal. How about you, Oda-kun? Ditto, to begin with, it's not like it was my intention to surpass 100 volumes. Hajime no Ippo is at 135 volumes right now. It's not even close to being done. By the way. Now let's get to Ayama here. When Detective Conan first started, I thought it wouldn't last longer than a volume, but around the 2nd chapter or so, I thought, it's actually getting popular? I was surprised at how it was constantly #1 in the rankings. At that point, I knew it'd be trouble if I didn't expand on the story more. Ooh. Here's what Oda says. I've always wanted to end the series. That being said, I also think about how there's so much I still want to do or need to draw. Yeah, One Piece has a lot, based on especially what we got in lore-wise in Wano. Oh, there's so much that needs to be done. I totally get that. There's still so much story left to tell. Yes, there is a Detective Conan as well, and Ayama doing that shit on purpose. Because he wants to pass the record. You're gonna have to beat Morikawa on that first, Ayama. You've been having a blast, Ayama-san. I think that's amazing. I've also been told by my by Senior Jump mangaka, it's incredible you're having so much fun. Really? Why is that? Because everyone is struggling to continue to drawing. That's really sad. What? Seriously? That can't be right. So if there, that right there is heartbreaking. That everyone's still struggling to keep drawing, but that is the reality of things right now. It really is. Because I've seen so many mangaka switch to bi-weekly from weekly because of how strenuous it is. It makes you wonder how much longer Weekly Shonen Jump is going to be around before it fully transitions over to Jump Plus and just rotates a bi-weekly kind of thing. It really makes you wonder. So if there's a secret to your success, would it be enjoying what you do? Which, in all honesty, Weekly Shonen Jump, you should be doing like a rotating series on a bi-weekly schedule anyway. Be easier on the artist. We're starting with the Yama here. Yeah, I think so. The more you enjoy drawing, the faster you want to get to putting out great storyboards. You really love mysteries. Do you ever get tired of drawing different cases? I do love them. I've loved Sherlock Holmes since I was a child, you know. Coincidentally, in elementary school, I wrote in the graduation album that I wanted to be a mangaka specializing in private detectives. Here's what Otis says here. What I love is the time where I freely draw the settings for different islands. Ever since the story entered the Grand Line, I've been free to draw. I've been free to do whatever I want. Fierce seas in which kingdoms can't see or interact with each other, or islands with totally different cultures and climates. When the story reaches a new island, I illustrate all of that. So if I were asked what I want to draw more of, I'd like to be able to draw islands like that unfettered, but I have to take my lifespan into account. Oh, poor Oda. Yeah, there's some similarities to that in Detective Conan. Like, for example, if I want to draw soccer, then I can center a murder case around a soccer player. Though that has to be in the confines of 3 chapters or so. If I had a secret as to how I've been able to continue this long, that might be it. Detective Conan allows me to draw whatever I want. For things I like, such as baseball, all it takes is finding a good opportunity to center a story around them. Good approaches there. When the two of you are drawing, which do you think gives you the most trouble, the artwork or the plot? Here's the honest answer. Both, probably. Both can be a pain, but they can be fun too, right? Oh, for me, it's the plot that's troublesome. I never get tired of drawing. After the planning of the storyboards is done, then it's all about drawing. So I haven't find myself wanting to get done with the storyboards sooner. I love drawing, so I wish I had more time to draw what I want. But even when I don't have a lot of time, I manage to make do somehow. It's the storyboards I'm slow with. Yeah, I can understand that. Writing's a pain in the ass. I think I was the same way back when I was your age. If it's not, there's no way I would have been able to keep a schedule with only 3 hours of sleep. I was a real mess back then, and barely made it all in time compared to now, where I could be calm and collected. Though when not asleep, one can keep creating and be successful, right? Meanwhile, it's when one is at rest that they become more anxious. Here's what Ayama says here. That's really heartbreaking. When I was sick and admitted into the hospital, I couldn't help but worry. Is it really okay for me to stop there? And such. Yeah, I get you. It gets you totally anxious. I was sick once for a bit, and despite being in the hospital, I took my color tools with me and did a color spread from the hospital. Damn, Oda! And here's what Ayama says in response to this. It's hard to calm down. Even in my case, I asked to draw a special illustration as a gift to Sunday Super Readers, and the fans got angry at the publisher. Ayama Sensei is in the hospital, and you're still making it work? I don't blame them. Even though it was me who asked to do it. Well, yeah, they're worried about you. Being in the hospital, you think that I'd rest and relax. Instead, I got excited and really wanted to draw. I insisted that just one color page wouldn't hurt me. Being in a serialization is like being chased in a race. Fundamentally, there's no such thing as downtime because deadlines are always around the corner. Yeah, I can understand that, Oda. That's why I said it's Weekly Shonen Jump is just it's just a matter of time before it either gets absorbed into Jump Plus and the artists do bi-weekly, or just the artists go bi-weekly in general, or it gets just absorbed into Jump Plus, period. But we'll see. Generally speaking, what are editor meetings like for you two? We're starting off with Ayama here. They're usually around 2 in the afternoon. The editor comes to my house, and for a while we discuss stuff like TV and magazines for a while. Discussions about the manuscripts begin in the evening. Your meetings seem to be long. They sure do. The editor in charge usually comes up with ideas for the culprit methods, but there are times occasionally where we can't come up with anything. We'll come back around to it the next day. In those cases where we end at midnight. Whoa, damn! A long time ago, we'd stay up until dawn coming up with ideas, but not so much now that we're older. How do your editorial meetings go? All of mine are via phone. Damn, Oda! Wow, voice only? A long time ago, we'd meet in person, but before long, it just became easier to take notes and speak on the phone. After all, one can tell someone's expressions through their voice, and when listening to the tone, you could tell their reactions as to whether they like something or not. Though getting back to me, ours is a continuing project, so we get through the meetings one a week at a time with the mentality that we have to clear that week to get to the next one. How long? Oh! I need a drink for this one. How long until the final chapter? Both of your series have reached their critical junctures together. The identity of the Black Organization's second in command, Rum, has been revealed, and One Piece has reached its final arc. Detective Conan ain't nowhere close to being done. There's so much that needs to be revealed still. Let's get to Oda first. Truly, at the start, I thought One Piece would end in 5 years, and in about a year and a half, Luffy's crew of 10 would have gathered together. Wait a minute. Luffy's crew of 10? I thought of it like a video game, but I was far too naive. It's not like I wanted things to keep getting longer. That's just what ended up happening. Same? Okay, Yama. Have you thought to yourself, okay, it's time for Detective Conan to end? What? This is between us, but I've already drawn the storyboard of the final chapter. Wait, what? What, Yama? Are you fucking for real? I know Oda has already got the final chapter of One Piece done, but Yama, you got the storyboard done for... What? What? Maybe I should have said that. I don't want someone to come and steal it. So as I mentioned earlier, I was in the hospital for a bit once. I got to thinking that people can up and die without warning, so I figured why not draw it? This was about 5 years ago, so I figured drawing the storyboard wouldn't be a big deal, though for now it's a stand-in. Yama, my fucking god. So Yama did the same thing that Oda kind of did in a way, where they're planning for the worst case scenario, but holy shit, I didn't know this. I guess it was just on a whim, but if you actually drew it, at least you were able to do it at your leisure? You could say that, yeah. It wasn't such a big deal because I've already decided on the major details, but there are arcs and stories I'd have to get to beforehand. How long will it take until the final chapter? That's a secret. I might decide to redraw the finale in the future. It's not going to end for a long-ass time, okay? No. Yama already made it clear. He wants to beat the world record for manga chapters. It's not going to happen for a long-ass time. He's probably going to die before it ends. I've always pictured what the final chapter of One Piece would be like, and this is what Oda said. Oh, wait. I fucked this up. How long will it take until the final chapter? That's a secret. I might decide to redraw the finale in the future. Now let's get to Oda. I've always pictured what the final chapter of One Piece would be like, though from time to time the situation surrounding it changes. It will still be over whenever the One Piece is found in the series. Anyways, the next arc is the final one. Seriously, is it really going to end? Oh, yep, to me, this is really the final arc. I'm just going to ask this flat out. How many years are left until the final chapter? I'm not sure how many... Ooh! Okay, this! Woo! Okay. Here's what Oda says here. I'm not sure how many years it will take. I've answered this question so many times I've lost credibility. So I don't think I should answer. One Piece ain't ending anytime soon. This ain't ending anytime soon. Nah. Ayama, I already know that I said this already. I'm just gonna say it again. Yama, I already know Detective Conan ain't ending anytime soon. You already made it clear. I shouldn't really say this out loud, but see, this shit is why I'm covering this. I shouldn't say this out loud because so far I've been pretty up, but I personally like to go for 3 more years. It's gonna be no way. We'll see how it goes, but he's saying at least 3 more years. Yeah, One Piece ain't ending soon. But you don't know for sure. It all depends on how the characters act. We're all merely navigators in these stories. Yep. Oda-san, does your editor know how the story will go up until the end? Oh my god, I'm on my 11th editor now. But I make it a point to tell every successive edited the entire story from beginning to end, though it's become a bit of a pain lately, so I've been breaking it up into parts. Although some of the particulars change from time to time, the goal remains the same. There have been some outrageous plot twists during the serialization, but the flow of the story has been so rock solid that past editors are surprised. They ask me, are you sure you could just do that? But then they don't remember anyway. Have you drawn the finale yet, Oda-kun? I've got notes of all thoughts I've made before they reach a new island, as well as a notebook of the most profound mysteries of One Piece that I've created. Maybe I should steal it. Though I've also got my notes on the Akai family and and their resolution. So, woohoo! Okay, Detective Conan fans, we got some good shit here. Woohoo! Woohoo! Woo! This is the real shit here. Woo! 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 Okay. I've got notes. Where is it? Though I've also got my notes on the Akai family and their resolutions, which is about 3 pages or so. Oh my god. Oh god. When I get a new editor, I let them have a look, but it's so complex that they don't remember. Oh my god, I want to see these notes so bad! So by the time the story reaches the serialization proper, they're surprised by the events, despite me not deviating from the notes I showed them. Though, well, the finale is already there. When I get that over, it'll be in one go. Dude! The Kai family shit is going to be amazing! I hope I'm around for when this happens. I hope I'm not homeless when this happens. I hope I am still alive when this happens. I want to see this, god damn it! Do you have any plans for after the final chapters are done? I'd like to go on a trip and stay at a new place every night. Oda, you want to go on a worldwide cruise? That's what Oda want to do. Here's what Ayama is saying. Right, this is what Ayama wants to do next. I'd like to move, or that's what I would say, but I also don't want to. I don't want to either. It's probably not much better than Oda-kun's, but I've got a lot of stuff which makes moving a pain. You want to go on a trip? I did once upon a time. I went to London to have a look at the British Museum because Detective Conan original manuscripts were exhibited there. I also went to Vauxhall Bridge to get materials for Marion Vermeil's show down there. Though after that, Corona-sama happened. I want to go overseas and travel to hot springs around the entire world until I die. Oda, just go on a worldwide cruise. You will get to do that shit. You go when there's this cruise that goes around the world and it's on a small ship. It's not on the biggest cruise ship. It's on a smaller scale ship, and I don't remember how many days it is. But you go to like a different place like almost every day, and Oda, you should just go fucking do that. You will be in paradise. Here's what now this is Ayama's answer to this. A long time ago, I wanted to go to Brazil to see the World Cup, though when I was leaving Japan, the passport inspection dude stared at my passport for an uncomfortably long amount of time. I asked him if anything was the matter, and he said, I was worried because I want to keep reading the continuation of Detective Conan. He's on a stage to return. Like, seriously? You realize who you really are. It's a fairly unusual name. It'd probably be embarrassing to say it out loud in the hospital. Like someone's saying we share the same name. But lately I've been secretly referred to just as just Ayama-san. My name has become a big deal as of late too. So when at the hospital, out of consideration for me, they've been careful in calling me out, though I was already getting shouts when I was only partially famous. Are there any highlights fans should be on the lookout for going forward? Okay, this is some good shit. Dude, I'm going to be titling this video something different than I titled the first one. Nah, this is the deep dive into the secrets of the finale. Oh, we get into, this is some good shit. Woo! Part 1 was some good shit, but dude. This is everything. I have to draw a case where Rum once had both of his eyes as what? I have to draw a case where Rum once had both of his eyes, as well as how that connects to Akai Shuichi's father, Tsutomu. Maybe that'll be interesting for readers. Yes! 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 Here's for Oda. For me, this is tough to answer. There will be lots to see for sure, but I want readers to be surprised, so I don't know if I should say it there. True. Well, for now, the past will be a big deal. Something once happened in the world during the void. Ooh! Okay, Oda is giving us some good shit. Well, for now, the past will be a big deal. I knew it! The rock pirates are coming! Something once happened in the world during the Void Century, which will come to light soon, and should prove both fun and interesting. But I find the most fun is when the readers are enjoying themselves. It's truly a ton of fun. Give us your closing thoughts, please. I don't want One Piece to end before Detective Conan. That's what I was gonna say too. Good luck continuing One Piece. Well, when the time comes, when the time to end comes, let's make it exciting. That'd be amazing. Dude, this is everything. Holy shit. So I gotta say this. First of all, thank you to hold on, let me make sure I have them up there, because this is fucking everything. I gotta give a major shout out to the people who translated this. Well, holy shit. Holy shit. This was everything. Part 1 was great, but motherfucker, this was life. So thank you, Weekly Gakukan Edition and Shonen Jump News Unofficial for translating this. I really appreciate this. Man, part 1 was good, but holy shit. We got the secrets to the final arc revealed. Dude. Woo! We got some good shit up in here. Ah! Yeah, this is why I had to cover this. Holy shit. The secrets to the final arcs revealed. This was everything. Oh my God. So we got the secrets to the, we got shit that's coming up in this manga. We got shit, oh my God. Ew! This is going to be amazing. I'm very hyped for Detective Conan. Holy shit. Yama, you sneaky mofo. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit, I am so hyped for Detective Conan right now. I can't wait for the Akai content. The Akai content is something that I think we've all been hyped for. But man, the shit that's going to go down in the void. Woo! I'm so glad I did this in 2 parts. I really am. I'm so glad I did, because we got the origin stuff. And now we got the secrets of the final arc. I'm probably going to title this that. Where we got the first part going to be titled Origins of Detective Conan and One Piece. And this one going to be titled Secrets of the Final Arcs. Dude, holy shit. Woo! Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing. We want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more One Piece and Detective Conan content. Few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase the big offer, Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.